You and about 14 million others have plans to travel by air this Labor Day weekend. We'll tell you how things are looking live from San Diego International.
Local COVID cases on the rise, making tests harder to find. I'm Shanna Handy with that story coming up.
A rally to stop the sewage on South Bay beaches is underway in Coronado.
Army veteran Jared Hahn was stuck at home and needed a mobility van. How San Diego County stepped up again.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now. Crowds are coming and going from San Diego tonight for the long holiday weekend. Some hitting the road, others taking flight. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel in for Marcella Lee. Tens of thousands of people will be going through San Diego International Airport over this long weekend. CBS 8's Jenny Day is there live right now for us. Jenny, what are things looking like out there?
Yeah, so far, no cancellations here locally and only a handful of delays. We know that it's been a problem nationwide. So one good thing about this holiday weekend is that the weather is really cooperating across the country, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that extra day off.
Going to Austin, Texas to visit some friends.
We're going to Chicago.
I will be arriving in Amsterdam tomorrow at 2:30.
14 million Americans will take to the skies this Labor Day weekend. That's 11% more than last Labor Day. International travel is seeing the biggest boost, up 44% from last year. San Diego International is expecting about 80,000 people every day arriving or departing now through Wednesday.
People really need to plan ahead, check with your airlines before you leave your house, and when you give yourself about 2 hours.
Keep in mind, Terminal 1 construction is still underway. The parking structure will be done at the end of next year. Phase 1 by December 2025. Then we'll get to see the final product in 2028.
This is the busiest summer since the pandemic.
We are set to break summer travel records. The TSA has screened more than 227 million passengers since Memorial Day weekend.
Normally I don't travel on holidays, but yeah, we didn't have enough PTO otherwise, so here we are.
Stay relaxed, be on time, don't rush.
Peak travel times are in the morning or those last flights of the day.
If you get there, be thankful, right? We fly a lot, and the cancellations, they're real.
According to the Transportation Secretary, 1 in 4 flights left late this summer, but increased staffing and new technology is helping.
We're always concerned because we know we're just one unexpected event, glitch, or storm away from there being some real issues.
Yeah, and today alone, there have been about 50,000 flights across the country. So we've made our way inside to give you a look at the security line. As for where people are going, according to AAA, the top 5 destinations in the U.S. this holiday weekend will be Seattle, Orlando, Anchorage, New York, and Las Vegas. Of course, San Diego is another popular spot. Just in the last 24 hours, 40,000 people have arrived here to our beautiful city. We're live tonight from San Diego International. Back to you.
You have great taste in travel destinations. Now, Jenny, you mentioned new technology being used. So what's different out there?
Yes, so here at the security line, TSA is looking to make things move along a little more quickly, so they do have new technology. You'll no longer need your boarding pass and ID, you'll just need your ID to get through that security line, Carlo.
Anything that makes it quicker, I'm all for, as long as they're keeping people safe. Jenny Day reporting for us from the airport. Thanks, Jenny. And for those of you who plan to hit the road this Labor Day weekend, you should know CHP is going to be out in full force. A maximum enforcement period started just minutes ago. It will last until midnight Monday. They'll be out looking for people driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. They'll also be looking out for people speeding and distracted drivers. Last Labor Day weekend, the CHP arrested more than 900 people for DUI statewide and issued nearly 6,000 speeding tickets.
And we just showed you San Diego International Airport, but here's what LAX looked like earlier today. As you can see, that thick traffic, that's all trying to get into the departure area of LA's airport. About 224,000 travelers passed through there yesterday. 230,000 more are expected today. We're told more than 1 million people will travel through LAX by the end of the holiday weekend.
There's a rally today with people fighting to put a stop to pollution at South Bay beaches.
Organizers of the Stop the Sewage rally are demanding that only local leaders step up. They want the state to get involved. CBS 8's Richard Allen has more tonight from Coronado.
Well, that's right. Hundreds of South Bay residents from here in Coronado down to Imperial Beach gather to sound the alarm, demanding that state and federal leaders declare a state of emergency when it comes to this area's ongoing sewage crisis.
What do we want? Stop the sewage! When do we want it? Now!
Just since Tropical Storm Hilary less than 2 weeks ago, more than 2.5 billion gallons of sewage-contaminated water has flowed from Tijuana into South Bay waters here in San Diego. And just on Monday, some 20,000 gallons of raw sewage spilled onto the street from the Hollister Street pump station near the border. Now, these residents gathered here say that these ongoing and smelly sewage flows are making their communities sick, shutting down access to local beaches, and also impacting the U.S. Navy's ability to do its job. Now, today, Governor Newsom announced the EPA has committed to more federal contracts to help fix this issue, which is good news, essentially forcing Congress to eventually allocate funds for this crisis. But these activists say that much more needs to be done immediately. Right now, about $350 million in funding has been pledged toward addressing this sewage crisis, but that's only just over half of what's needed. Now, today, local leaders and activists raised their signs and their voices to demand action.
I'm mad as hell. I'm mad as hell. Yes, we're making progress, but we're taking 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. We need President Biden and Governor Newsom to say enough is enough. We're going to come here. We're going to help you.
We need emergency, immediate measures now. We're not talking about putting a rover on Mars. This is wastewater treatment at our own plant on our own side of the border that we need fixed. So pay attention.
And for more information on how to get involved in the Stop the Sewage movement, just go to CBS8.com, click on the help button.
Thanks, Richard. Tonight, we know the name of a man who killed his mother and 2 dogs before being shot and killed by police. The sheriff's investigators say 43-year-old Jesse Nelson died late Monday night after exchanging gunfire with police. They say his 74-year-old mother, Maria Morales, and 2 dogs died from gunshot wounds. Nelson reportedly set fire to the home's garage as well. No officers were injured. The San Diego County Sheriff's Department is handling the investigation, which is routine in shootings involving San Diego police. The disappearance of 3 years ago, of former La Jolla resident Dia Abrams from her ranch near Idlewild is back in the spotlight tonight.
CBS 8's David Gottfredson has been following this case since Abrams vanished. He has more on a court hearing today to remove Abrams' boyfriend as co-trustee of her estate.
Disappeared, all new Sunday at 10 on ID.
An hour-long documentary airing Sunday night on the Investigation Discovery Network could be just what this missing person case needs: national exposure. Dia Abrams' body was never found after she mysteriously disappeared from her ranch near Idlewild in June of 2020. Investigation Discovery released excerpts of interviews with Abrams' boyfriend Keith Harper and ranch manager Diana Fetter.
June 7th, I received a phone call from Julie, and she asked me, "Has Harper called you?" I said, "No, why would Harper call me?" So I call Harper. I said, "What's going on?" He goes, "Did Dia spend the night with you?" I said, "No." "Well, I can't find her." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, she was here Saturday. I saw her at lunch."
CBS 8 previously interviewed both Fetter and Harper.
Diana said, "I'll be down there. I'll call some friends of Dia's. We'll do a search immediately of the ranch." You know, my concern was where she was and what was going on with her. Maybe she had gone on a hike. Maybe she got injured. And so all that's going through my mind.
Harper was the last person to see Dia Abrams alive on the Bonita Vista Ranch in Mountain Center. Police consider him a person of interest, and he continues to live on Abrams Ranch, though a court-appointed fiduciary overseeing her estate has had trouble reaching Harper in recent months.
So there are many, many, many things that I've asked for that are important to the security and the safety and protecting the value of the estate assets that I have had no response to.
During a Riverside County probate hearing Friday morning, attorneys told the judge no income tax returns have been filed for Abrams' estate since 2017.
We know there was income being derived there. We don't know where it's gone. We know there was a lot of money spent. We don't know how they've been spent. Mr. Harper's indicated he's loaned money to the estate. We have no idea what those loans are.
The judge ordered Harper to turn over accounting records by September 22nd, and he set a hearing date to remove Harper as co-trustee of the estate for November 15th. David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
And the documentary Love and Lies in Idlewild airs this Sunday night on the Investigation Discovery Network. You can see all of David's stories, of course, on our website and catch up.
Ongoing saga, so much going on there, so many questions.
Yeah.
Today, Caltrans and the CHP announced major road closures on Interstate 5 later this month for emergency repairs.
For 2 full weekends, sections of the 5 that run over the 163 and through downtown will close. 1 week from tonight, on Friday, September 8th through Monday the 11th, the southbound lane will be closed. Now, on September 29th through October 2nd, the northbound lanes will close. Of course, this will have a major impact on traffic through downtown. You can use alternate routes like the 805 or the 163 to try to help you navigate through that.
Yeah, big heads up because that's going to be a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Still ahead tonight, COVID cases are on the rise. Why detecting the virus could get even harder this weekend.
Plus, it wasn't a rock or a comet. Who's to blame for the newest crater on the moon?
And temperatures are slowly going down as we get into the holiday weekend. Tomorrow, expected to see some clouds along the beaches with temperatures topping out in the mid-70s. As for the inland valleys, we'll be in the mid-80s, same for the mountains, and the desert 103. Coming up, I'll tell you just how long we're expected to stay cool and just how hot we're expected to get as we get into next week.
And up next, some lucky local students get to shop with the Padres.